LV.
Ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and today is a special show because I have a special guest. Oh, did you know that today is everybody's garage sale at Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King, and you can get that. I'm going to tell you something. When you go to Freedom Center today, you can buy CP's catfish. What happened last Saturday at Langston? Some of you stood in line for 2 hours to get some of CP's catfish and Miss Maryland's gumbo. You don't have to do that today. All you have to do is to come up to 2609 North Martin Luther King. Don't have to stand in line, and you can get your CP's catfish and Miss Maryland's gumbo. CP's catfish is so delicious, it'll make you kiss your mother-in-law. Oh, that fish is so good until you say, oh, my, thank God for fish. Yes. This is the Clara Luper radio show. Wonderful. And those of you at Miss Langston University's homecoming, you missed something. Thousands and thousands of people from all over the United States were in Langston, Oklahoma, at Langston University. They're going to dedicate a highway to Dr. Holloway. Aren't you happy? Oh. Aren't you happy? That's wonderful. That was a sound at the homecoming. 4 more years with Holloway. 4 more years with Holloway, and we will all see that new day. I hope Dr. Holloway will get that message. Today is a very special program, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away 10 times 10, 100 pounds of chitlins. I'm going to give away a turkey and a ham. Now, you're going to have to listen very carefully in order to win anything. And once you win, you're going to have to come on up to Freedom Center and get it. I better tell you, too, that I'm in this garage sale today. I'm selling buttons. Now, what I want you to do is, those of you that like to collect things that will be valuable in the future, I have that Clara Luper button. And I don't have somebody came up there this morning, and I've already bought some of those buttons. And I have some buttons that salute black women.
Wow.
Of all the women in the world, my grandmother wrote, the black woman is a pearl. She's a diamond of a race, a valuable gem in her place. All through slavery she stood a test. That's why we know that she is the best. Those of you that would like to wear buttons saluting black women, come on. And I know you will do it. I know you will do it. Not only that, you will be able to buy clothes, toys, and what have you. Mary, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Miss Luper.
Mary, I know you've been by Freedom Center. Tell me about it.
I sure have. I was by there on yesterday to help my mom set up for the garage sale, and she has some very nice things, suits by Escada and a lot of different color things, and we have a lot of shoes by J. Renee and sandals and a lot of nice hats for you ladies that like nice hats to wear to church. So you need to come by. Sweaters, and I just can't name everything that they have, but they have a lot of animals and toys for children for Christmas that talk with storybook effects, and we just need to support the Freedom Center.
All right. Why do you need to support the Freedom Center? This has been a busy week for us.
Because the Freedom Center truly takes care of our youth in the community.
Oh, we do.
And my mom, Gloria Matthews, is one of those women that really has been with the Freedom Center since long before I even come to Oklahoma City.
Mrs. Gloria Matthews, I saw something that I want. When I get back, I'm going and buy that from Mrs. Gloria Matthews. Not only that, I'm not going to tell you.
But you bought something that I wanted yesterday. Well, I think about okay. 5 or 6 people wanted that, Miss Luper.
That's okay. I'm going to always buy something that somebody else wants. I have a bit of bad news that I want to tell you. That one of our good friends and one of our great listeners will be funeralized today. Wanda F. Winrow, who has never missed a Clara Luper radio show. She died last week, and her funeral will be today at 2 o'clock at the First Baptist Church in Atoka, Oklahoma. Many of you will know her through her husband, John C. Winrow.
Now, let me repeat that. Wanda F. Winrow's funeral will be held today at 2 o'clock at the First Baptist Church in Atoka, Oklahoma. I know, Mary, we are all excited, and I'm going
We
to ask
sure
some
are.
questions because God has really blessed us. He has blessed us to such an extent that we are able to see you. Somebody asked me what was
Yes.
happiness, and I've had a busy week. I had the opportunity to sit down this week with students from Edmond North High School, with Douglas from Douglas High School, and other schools because this was a special week. The lawyers were having their conference here,
Mm.
and they presented a drama by one of our great actors on the life and times of Thurgood Marshall. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And I was thinking what Langston Hughes wrote some years ago. Someday somebody's going to write about me, and someday somebody's going to put on plays about me. Then he says,
Yes.
realizing the world that we live in, it would be me myself. Well, today, happy anniversary to St. John Baptist Church. Say that,
Happy
Mary, to
anniversary to St. John Baptist Church. I think that big banquet is
the
tonight.
big banquet is tonight, and the tickets are sold out, and I
Wow.
will be at that banquet tonight.
The
Oh,
Cowboy Hall of Fame?
Cowboy Hall of Fame at
Yes.
exactly 6 o'clock. Save my seat. I want to be up where I can hear that music, but most of all, I want to see those St. John Knights.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
some
gonna
of
be
my
good.
best friends belong to St. John. Dr. Jackson, you say the best? No, who was that? Used to say all the time, this is the best church on this side of heaven. Was that Reverend Jackson or Reverend Provo? Tell me. Call me and tell me so I can be telling the truth. Well, Mary, I tell you what, the black farmers are still challenging the Department of Agriculture
Agriculture.
in Washington, D.C. A month ago, another black farmer lawsuit was filed by the National Black Farmers and Agriculturalists Association on behalf of America's black farmers to the tune of $20.5 billion. It was, I want you to listen to this, it was stated in a recent report the 96,000 black farmers that sought restitution under the settlement, 72,438 of those claims were rejected in arbitration,
Mm.
and 7,800 for failing to meet the filing
Deadline.
deadlines.
Mhm.
The last thing in the world that African America should be denied is the right to farm. That is the reason that blacks were brought to America. Farming should be an entitlement to black people, says Thomas Burrell, the president of the National Black Farmer of Agriculturalists. And let me tell you, he will be attending the 5th Annual State Small Farmers Conference in Oklahoma City. Mr. Barber will be meeting with USDA officials and Congress on Wednesday, but he will be in Oklahoma City on November the 20th in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Welcome to the 5th Annual State Small Farms Conference, November the 20th, 2004 at the Plaza Hotel, 4345 North Lincoln Boulevard in Oklahoma City from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mary, I know you want to know what the
I
theme
sure
is.
do want to know, Miss Luper.
The theme is Look at the Declining Minority Farmer and Ways to Improve Profit in the Future. The topics of discussion: availability of USDA programs, loans for at-risk farmers,
Hmm.
alternative agricultural business opportunities, ways to keep the land in the family,
Yes.
update on the new $2.5 billion black farmers lawsuit, which was filed this October filed in October 2004.
Yes.
Now, if you have missed one in the past on me, let me tell you what you can do. Call Willard Tillman, 522-5595.
You know, Miss Luper, I'm really interested in that because my grandparents were farmers in Guthrie. In fact, Vance Motors up there has put freeways and things through their property, and they owned a lot of land in Guthrie, and we still own that land.
Okay. Well, my daddy was a farmer. because I never shall forget when I was in school. The teacher asked me what was my father's occupation. I didn't know the big word occupation, and I didn't know, so I told her I didn't know, and the teacher laughed at me. But I went home and asked my daddy what was his occupation. And my daddy told me he was a pilot. And I went back to school, and when the teacher said, Clara Shepard, I stood and I said, what is your father's occupation? I said, my father is a pilot. And boy, they laughed at me. And I went back and told my daddy. They laughed at me in school today. It didn't make me any difference because I believe whatever my daddy told me. So I said, Daddy said to me, they laughed at you when you told them I was a pilot. I said, yes. Well, you go back to school tomorrow and tell them I'm a pilot. I pile dirt here and I pile dirt there. This is the Clara Luper radio show.
You're just wonderful.
Oh, we are talking about that big everybody's garage sale.
Yeah.
If anybody's up there that's selling something, call me out here so everybody can know it now. Because when my customers come up there after some of that good old catfish fried by that
Yes.
handsome C.P. Wilson, they are just going to go down. And Mr. Carbon is helping up there today. Well, if you're up to Freedom Center and you want to have a voice, you can call us out here at 672-1220. Now let me see the first person that can call me and answer this question. I think this is a very good question. Who did I say you would kiss if you got some catfish? If you enjoy CP's catfish, I say that catfish would be so good until you would kiss who? Guess what? 672-1220. I want to start out with something very simple. See how well you are listening. Okay. Okay. This is the Clara Luper radio show. Oh, I have a customer. Yes.
Yes, I have the answer.
Okay, what's the answer?
You kiss your mother-in-law.
Oh, thank you. Who is this?
David Hall.
David Hall, you got the easiest question out. David Hall, you got to come up today and get a slip where you can get some 10 pounds of chitlins.
Okay.
I better throw out this next question. Who was the first president of Langston University? Who was the first president of Langston University? Who knows that? I don't know. This is the Clara Luper radio show. Mary, you are looking so fine today with that
God
cross.
bless you.
That cross. I can't describe your hat.
Oh, I'm just an original. I tell people, if you know who you are, you don't have a problem with me.
Oh, I know who I am. I'm Clara Luper from Hoffman, Oklahoma. And everybody can't say that.
I'm just an unforgettable character.
No, you're not unforgettable. Once people see you, they always remember you because you like things that are different. And that's good.
Yes. Miss Luper, last week I got a chance to go to the Chickasaw Nation.
Oh, I know about that down in Ada, Oklahoma.
Down in Ada, and
you were
I
the
was
teacher.
the only black teacher. And once everybody heard about me and they thought I was fantastic, I was only supposed to have 50 students, and I ended up with almost 70 plus.
Oh, not Mary.
The next
You
day
mean tell me in Ada, Oklahoma?
in Ada, Oklahoma.
Who are you teaching? Indians?
I was teaching at the Eastern State College, and I was teaching mostly Caucasians and Indians.
Oh, wonderful.
Miss Matthews and I were the only blacks there.
Okay, now what were you teaching?
I was teaching the classes for the University of Oklahoma Child Development, Professional Development, Early Childhood classes. And I taught directors, and also I taught just people that want to be providers and caregivers.
How do you do that?
Well, I don't know who got me into the program, but some kind of way somebody put my name in the hat.
You must have been good for somebody to recommend you.
And they called me and asked me would I do it, and they just picked me at random. I don't know if anybody recommended me or whatever, but they were very well pleased, and it was the first conference that they have ever had in the Chickasaw Nation.
Okay, we'll be back with you in a minute. I have someone on the telephone. Hello. Yes.
How are we having today?
Okay, Mrs. Gloria Matthews.
Yes.
Tell me what you are doing today.
Well, we're having the sale that we're having for the up here at the center, and we're having the sale, and I don't know what you call the garage sale is both, but I want to let you know that I have some French chick, one more French chick dress suit left.
You just have one more
I
left?
have one more.
saw?
I have another one that I have to get, but I have one left now. and then it's they'll know what French six costs. And then I have one Escalada suit, and we have a lot of beautiful hats, and we have different things for men's sweaters. We have stuffed animals, and we have pins. Pins are in this year. We have them, and we have a lot of things. We have shoes, so you'll charge for $2. So I'll let
$2 shoes?
Yes, we have them. They're $2 shoes, and most of those are new sandals,
Beautiful
ladies.
sandals.
And we have some very, some of my things like I didn't pay $20,000 for them, but some of the things that I'm selling. Oprah Winfrey used to cause me bring things out to sell for the Freedom Center, and I will be giving some of my money.
Okay, we know that.
And I'm going to talk to another one of them want to talk with you.
Who?
Miss Luper,
Yes.
we're here. This is Cynthia Calloway, and we're down here, and we're ready to go. We have baby clothes and
You have baby
children's
clothes?
We have jeans and jean jackets and hats, and for young people, old people, for business people, we have suits, women's suits for $5. So we're ready.
You're ready to sail.
We're ready to sell. All we need is come on down. We're getting ready for our fish, and we're ready.
Okay, you're ready now, and you're having that. Okay, that's at 2609 North Martin Luther King in Oklahoma City,
Hello?
Oklahoma. Yes.
You hanging up? Do you need to talk to? We'll have some pies sale, and we'll have
Pies, what kind of pies you sell?
We
I
have-
know. I'm selling peach cobbler.
and catfish and gumbo, just
Oh,
everything.
Miss Marilyn's gumbo. Where's Marilyn? I'd like
Gumbo.
to talk to her.
And the people are really coming. They 7 o'clock too.
Okay, well, I told him not to start selling Clara Luper's lemonade. Don't start that until
And
I
the
get back.
Shooting buttons.
Yeah, buttons.
We have the Clara Loose buttons for $1.
That's right.
And we just having a wonderful time down here. We all come on and come out and visit all our booths.
That's right, because they go everywhere else. You don't
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
right. And we are doing this for our cause.
It's really a cause, because when I think of what our young people are going through with,
Yeah, that's really right.
it's unbelievable. People don't know how segregation is operating today.
That's right.
That's right.
It's operating on the minds of our young people, because how would you feel if you were a student
Yes.
at Edmond North or Edmond Memorial or Edmond Santa Fe, and you walk in a restroom and they say that you're on the hit list, that you're going to die?
Ms. Lupe, I'm going to hang up.
Okay, well, thank you so very kindly. And tell Marilyn Hildred to get in contact with us, please. Oh, well. But you don't know the psychological effect on it. And we have a job to do. And
We
I call
sure
upon
do.
all of you. What I did yesterday, I called our state secretary of education, and I'm supposed to get back with her on Monday. I called the governor. And I think somebody needs to really speak out.
Yes.
Somebody really need to speak out against the psychological damage
That's
this is
right.
doing to our young people. Not only that, but to the parents. How would you feel if you had a student in school and there was a hit list, and you can't tell me that with all the law enforcement agencies, with all of the new technical equipment,
That's
you
right.
can't find who's writing this hate letter? I bet if they were writing that they were going to kill some other people, they would find out. They would
The
find out
forensic
very
people
quickly.
would be right on top of it.
Okay. Now, Mary, I wanted you to stay here today because I was so proud of you. I had already
bless
heard about
you.
what you were doing down in Ada, and that's really great.
It was remarkable. It was just the most rewarding experience that I could even imagine, Miss Luper.
Did you all stay on the campus?
We stayed in a motel, and they paid all my expenses, and it was just phenomenal. I just could not believe it. They have what they call the New Tigers Den, and that's where I had my classes, and people came from everywhere. And it was just, it was just fantastic. And my subject was, I did directors that first morning, and another lady did it the next day, but it was, will the real directors of families and child care please stand up? Because we have people that are so fake and just pretend and just destroy the employees, and the employees are what make the business.
How can you destroy an employee?
Well, by talking down to them, and I've had an experience with that where a person has harassed me constantly on my job, and just early morning we were there together every morning, and they would say derogatory things toward me, and there was no way I could prove it, But God has fixed it. I just prayed and He worked it out. That person came to me the other week because I had done a phenomenal thing in my building, and they apologized and asked me to forgive them.
And you did.
And I did because
Why?
that's the word of God.
Oh, I see. Well, it's the word of God. We shouldn't question it. You don't have to question service when you think of Temple Funeral Home, located at 2801 North Kelly. You may call them. You may call Temple Funeral Home, and I'll tell you where it's located, 2801 North Kelly in Oklahoma City. He's one of our sponsors for this particular month. I should say months because we will be talking about Temple at 4278321 the rest of this month. We are very fortunate in Oklahoma to have such outstanding funeral directors. Because when you think of funeral directors, you've got to think of Temple, but you also got to think of Roth Funeral Home at 2931 Northeast 36th Street. You got to think of them. That's a family business. It's been for a long time. And they are, you may call them at 424-1052. That's 2936 Northeast 36. And then you got to think of a young man that is really doing a job, and that's Charles L. Pollard.
Yes.
Of the Pollard Funeral Home, 2626 North Post Road in Oakland. It's in Spencer, but it's in Oklahoma City, whatever you want to call it. And he also has a funeral home in Guthrie. Did you know that, Mary?
Yes.
That's the Pollard Funeral Home, 282-4219 or 769-6719. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and baby, if you love me, prove it to me. You know, I really like that. I really like for people to prove it. You don't get nowhere being mean to people.
That's right.
And you're mean to me if you don't come up to Freedom Center and get some catfish and my peach cobbler. Now, my peach cobbler is expensive.
Wow.
Because you got to put butter in it.
That's right.
And I when I think of peach cobbler, I think of the way my grandmother made it. She put butter in it. She put, I'm not going to tell you what else she put in it. But you come up the other day and you buy you some peach cobbler and you tell me how fine my grandmother was. Suppose we had all of the recipes that our parents that couldn't read or write they could put together. Would that be something?
That would be something.
Grandma's peach cobbler, Clara Luper's lemonade. You want some lemonade? Come and get some of Clara Luper's lemonade. And you did it at Langston University, and I know you will do it here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You know what you really need to do is to come to Freedom Center, 2609
today.
North Martin Luther King. See our kids bubbling with life.
How long are you going to be there today, Miss Luper?
They'll be there until 4 o'clock today.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, so you better come up. Now, some people I know will be there. I know the Simmons. I know, I could go on through. I know you will be there. I really miss my friend Ann Slaughter, who's ill and been ill for quite a while, and I didn't have to worry. She would go around and deliver catfish dinners. She loved it. But Ann is sick now, and the torch now must go on by someone else. You know, I think it's an advantage to being black. I know it's an advantage to me.
It is for me,
because
too.
when I go in a crowd of predominantly white, everybody remembers my name because I'm so conspicuous. I'm black as a blackberry. I'm waiting for, and ladies and gentlemen, you've been asking me who would be doing my words of wisdom since I lost my heart beat. Well, I found a young man to do it, and I'm waiting for him to call me I'm not going to tell you who he is until he calls. And I want him to call me immediately. And I also want to hear from Bosie Walker because I want to see how she sees it. You know, Bosie Walker works hard at Freedom Center with those young people. It's interesting to know. The people that are working up there don't have any children up there. But they're working, taking care of other people's children. And I want to offer you a deal today. You come up there and buy some supplies, or you come up there and help us train the kids. That's your choice. See which one you'd rather do. Don't tell me how busy you are, because if people had not taken time with you, you would not be sitting up talking about, I'm the principal, I'm this. You wouldn't have been there unless somebody took up time with you. And speaking of time, Marie, Oh, I like to go to Marie's Beauty Shop. I call it the Petite Beauty Shop, the Petite Salon, the Clothes Closet, located at 1917 Northeast 24th Street in Oklahoma City. That telephone number is 427-7922. That's the Petite Salon and Clothes Closet, 1917 Northeast 24th Street, 427-7922. Marie and her beautiful daughter Donna
Yes.
working together. Have you been to Stale's restaurant lately? I had the opportunity to take some of the lawyers down to Stale's restaurant, and did they love it? They had never been there before, and I don't know why white folks don't come to the East Side.
And the best food is on the east side.
I'm telling you, they need to come to the East Side to see how we live, how we eat. I like to read the story of George Washington, who died young, and his slaves lived a long time because we got the crumbs and the pot liquor, and that's what the bottomers were. Well, this is a Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our show is being brought to you by Carbon Realty Company. Mr. Carbon, 1031 Northeast 36th Street. The telephone number is 427-8311. If you're looking for a home, don't worry. Carbon will show you how to do it. Carbon Realty, 1031 Northeast 36th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Mary, I'm still wondering, how did you had 70 in your class?
I had 70 in my class, and they had projected that I would have at least 50. So I only had materials enough for 50, but they had about 20 Chickasaw Nation workers, and they all stormed in my room also. So I had them to give up their books, and that made me have enough for the rest of them. Then they would process running them off. But they invited me to come back, and then there was a girl from the school in Wewoka. And I'm going over there during the Thanksgiving holidays because I've taken some days off from my job, and they want me to come and do 2 more seminars for them.
Oh, thank you. Hello?
Good morning. This is Marilyn. I am
Yes.
so excited because it's going to be a big day at Freedom Center.
Tell me, why is it going to be such a big
It's
day?
going to be a big day because we'll all be there. I'll be there with Miss Marilyn's gumbo, and those of you that didn't have an opportunity to get your gumbo at Langston's homecoming, come on up to Freedom Center.
Will they have to stand in line like they did?
I hope so. I hope so, because we are trying, and the only way that I know to survive and to keep Freedom Center open is just get out and work, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. Why do you keep working at Freedom Center?
I probably need to go see a psychiatrist. No, I'm just teasing. I can continue to work at Freedom Center because I see the impact that Freedom Center has had on young people. The impact that the involvement and the training and educational process has had on the young people in the community and the places that they continue to go and continue to grow. And I'm just excited because the only way that we as a race of people will continue to be successful is in our younger people, and that comes through training,
Sure
opportunities to see what other young people are doing all across this nation. And Freedom Center is one of the few places in this country or in this city or in this state that has allowed these young people this opportunity through programs like the AXO competition.
Wait a minute. What is the AXO competition? What is the AXO competition?
The Academic Olympics of the Mind, where 5,000 black kids compete in 30 categories this year.
Oh, I see. Like what?
Physics, entrepreneurship, art, poetry, chemistry, and we're competitive, but we have to not only be competitive in this little fishbowl called Oklahoma City, but we have to be competitive in the ocean called the world.
Okay, and you're up there training people for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me more about your gumbo and what else. Do you have any shrimp on the stick?
We have shrimp on the stick, gumbo, and red beans and rice.
Wow.
Red beans and rice.
Yes.
Better than Popeyes?
Oh, honey, Popeyes can't even compete. But let me tell you this. Tell your radio audience something that they don't know. On last Monday night, the Allstate Foundation awarded the AXO Program and Freedom Center a $500 grant.
Oh, that's wonderful. How
Sure
did that
is.
come about?
Because of really because of my involvement with AXO.
Oh, I see. That's right. Well, how about these other insurance companies and people that are involved? Do you think they're going to come through and help us? Or do you think they're going to dress up and go downtown to the big hotels and celebrate?
Well, let me tell you.
Well, tell me.
Let me tell you. Money in the black community changes hands one time, and until we start supporting each other, we will have not. We will never have the economic growth that we need to have as a race of people. And we need to turn around and look. You need to ask your insurance agents. You need to ask your barbers, your friends who you do
Yes.
business with, your cleaners, where you go buy your hair products to support some of the activities that you're involved in with these young people, and you see their answer.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So you put your money where your mouth is.
Do you
All
think
right.
that you will have enough gumbo today that you won't have to turn people away like you did out at Langston?
You know what? I'm prepared.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
What time can they start eating gumbo
I
today?
will, as soon as I'm at home now, load my car. I need a little help, but as soon as I get up there, this gumbo is ready to go.
How about that catfish? Was
Oh,
it-
that catfish. That catfish was smelling good before I left.
Oh, wonderful. And I know about that grandma's peach cobbler.
Oh, that peach cobbler make you slap yourself in the right eye.
All right.
Put your hands up.
All right.
And I look forward to seeing all of you there.
Marilyn, I know you have had the opportunity to sell your gumbo at the fair, at the state fair, and that has given you other opportunities. You have also worked with another company and other people, and that is really good.
It's wonderful.
Well, you know, God opened doors that no man can close.
That's right.
And when someone closes the door on you, he got the window, you know. So I'm just really happy because I'm just happy. I've been able to work the Check Fest. I've been able to do catering jobs all over the Oklahoma City. I'm just happy.
Well, I'm happy too because you're selling gumbo
That's right.
today
Gumbo.
and shrimp on what?
Shrimp on a stick and red beans and rice.
Wow.
Okay, well, I know down in Hoffman we had plenty of red beans. I might not buy no beans, but I sure would like to have some shrimp on the stick.
Right.
Okay, then, Marilyn, I understand that somebody else is selling some pies down there. Tell me about those
Oh,
pies.
we have all kind of pies. Boy, I tell you, so many good-looking desserts in there. I'm just excited.
Okay, I hope you are excited enough to buy your mother another. No, I want you to buy some of Grandma's peach cobbler.
Well, of course. Of course I'm ready.
Okay, you're...
Okay, and I'll see you at Freedom Center shortly.
Okay,
Thank you.
anybody else up there that would like to tell me what they are doing? Because I'm coming up there to sell those buttons, and I don't need but all of you to come up there and buy a button from me and buy some from somebody else.
All righty, come up and get your gumbo, red beans and rice, and shrimp on a stick.
And
And
come-
I'll see you at Freedom Center. We'll be ready to serve at 11:15.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, my 50th button today is going to get a big surprise. Let me ask another question, and maybe you can answer it. I want you to listen very carefully. Today you have heard on this program the name of one of what is called the so-called civilized tribes. The first one that called me and tell me the name of the so-called civilized tribes that was mentioned here, I will give you some chitlins. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Good morning, Mrs. Luper.
Good morning.
This is Lily Buckner, and I just wanted to call and tell you I'm coming to get a Clara Luper button. I gotta have one for my collection.
All right. Not only that, I want to congratulate you. You become the first black person in the state of Oklahoma to receive 91,000 votes.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much. It was a rewarding experience, and it was hard work.
Well, that's what it's all about, honey, hard work, and you have become known all over this country. And I'm so proud of you as
Yes,
you're
we
my
are.
soror. The Zeta Phi Beta sorority should be jumping up and down because we have made history.
Yes.
Yeah, how many votes is that? How many did you get, really?
91,863.
91,863 votes. Didn't have the money like other people.
Didn't have the
she
money.
stepped out
But
on
that
faith.
was great.
That's really great. And the other one didn't get but how many?
got 100. She got 160,000.
160,000. And she had been in office and company. Now, you know, that is really something. That is really something. I am so proud of you.
Well, thanks to my
Amen.
good teaching and training from Dungy High School, I know how to go out and meet and greet people.
Oh, well,
That's
that is
right.
really wonderful. And when you go up there today, be sure and get your button. I have a collection of buttons up there, and you'll be surprised how people are collecting my buttons because they want to remember me because they know when I die, they won't get to stand up in my funeral and talk about, I resolve to miss Clara Luper. No, you won't. You resolve to come up there and get you some catfish.
Well, that, that is why I always call you and try to commend you because I believe in giving flowers while you're alive and you
Live.
can smell them because I
That's
hate it when
right.
people get up out when somebody's gone and have these long drawn-out speeches and they haven't talked to them in years and don't know how they were doing or what they were doing.
Well, you are exactly right. Give me my flowers while I live. And my flowers today will be in form of you buying some buttons, you're buying some clothes up the Freedom Center because those people are up there helping our young people. I thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and you have a good day.
Thank you. I am
All right,
so
bye-bye.
proud of that girl,
Me
aren't you?
too. That was just wonderful.
91,000 votes. This is Clara Luper. Hello?
Hello,
Yes.
this is Bosie May.
Yes.
As I see it, the garage sale and everything else at Freedom Center is going to be a big success.
Yes, it is.
And this is one of our first money projects, but not our last. So we are looking forward to everybody to come out. As I see it, it's going to be a big success.
Well, as I see it, people are afraid of you. When you tell us to do something, you told us we had to start raising some money so we could keep our utilities and everything on and keep working for our people. Now, you don't have any children up there. Why do you come up there every week and work with those young people?
I love children, and I work with them ever since I've been grown, and I'm middle-aged senior citizen, and I still love children and work with them, and I want to see them be successful in their life.
Well, as I see it, you're just beautiful, okay?
Okay.
As I see it.
As
Yes,
I
she
see it,
is.
there's going to be success.
So very kindly. I want to know, one of the civilized tribes, so-called, was mentioned by Mary here today. Could you call me for some chitlins and tell me which one? It's always an advantage to be black.
Yes, it is.
I'm a black woman, born of America, born of her dreams. Hello?
Yes, you want to know about the 5 civilized tribes?
I want to know which one was mentioned here today. Have you been listening to the Clara Luper show?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was mentioned here today? It's a young black lady had the opportunity to conduct a seminar in Ada, Oklahoma. Okay?
Chickasaw.
Chickasaw, you are exactly right. Now, what is your name?
Francis Deloney.
Francis. Francis Deloney. You are just so sweet. You've been listening to the Clara Luper radio show a long time, right?
That's right.
Come on up to Freedom Center and get your slip and go get you some chitlins, okay?
Okay.
And don't forget now, you are part of our radio family.
I know.
Okay.
I love you.
Okay. Oh, I would like to congratulate my cousin, Patricia Hall, who got married, and that was some way. And congratulations, Patricia and Mr. Robinson. I hope you all have years and years of happiness. I wanted Mary to stay here with me today because I love to see people that are doing things, people that are going places that we have never been, seeing things that we have never seen. What an opportunity, and you will never know how proud I am of you.
God bless you, Miss Luper. Before I got home the other night after I taught my night class, my mom told me that a lady from the Chickasaw Nation, her sister lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and the classes that I teach for the university are the Child Development Associate Credential classes, and the lady wants me to come to Arizona to do a seminar.
Oh,
Her sister
wonderful.
called and told her about me, so I'm making arrangements to do that. And I just want you to know what my mission is, to train up a child so that we can actually save the children.
Okay, speaking of training, I tell you a young man who really trained his family, and that's Mr. Adams of Adams Barbershop. Adams Barbershop is an institution. You go by there, you've never seen anything like it. I want you to go by 1517 Northeast 23rd Street or call. I don't want you to call. I want you to go by there and just look at the shop. Look at what Adams has done. Look at the people that are employed there in that particular barber shop. That's at 1517 Northeast 23rd Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My next question, I want to see if we can get this one. St. John's Baptist Church has only had 3 ministers. I want you to call me and name the 3 ministers that are pastors of St. John's Baptist Church as they celebrate their 85th anniversary. The telephone number is 672-1220. Okay.
I need to win. I need to win, Miss Luper.
Mary, you can't win today because you're my guest. You can't win. But you
I
have
know
won
the
all of
answers.
our hearts because you have done what no other black person in Oklahoma has done.
God bless you.
Okay. Hello?
Hello,
Yes.
it's Reverend Johnson, Reverend Jackson, and Reverend Jameson. Jemison.
Wait a minute. Now start over. You're going too fast for me.
Reverend Johnson, Reverend Jackson, and Reverend Jemison.
And you are exactly right, and I'm speaking to
Joey Hall.
Joy Hall. How do you know that? You don't belong to St. John.
Yeah, but I've been here long enough to know. It's in the news every
well,
time and all
thank
that. Okay.
Well, you got some chitlins. On January the 8th, 2005, the Freedom Center and the NACP youth students will present the Dred Scott story.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The Dred Scott story happens to be written by Clara Luper, and is one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite characters in American history. I love Dred Scott. I love what he stood for, and it was very difficult to cast Dred Scott. But Charles Shelton, the president of the NACP Youth Council, will be playing Dred Scott. That's on January the 8th, 2005 at the Quails United Methodist Fellowship Hall. Not only that, I don't know whether you knew, I don't know how many of you out there knew the 2 lawyers that pleaded that case in the United States Supreme Court. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you. Hello? Hello?
This is David Duplessis, and the first president of Winston University was Dr. Emmett E. Page.
You are exactly right. Now, who is this?
David Duplessis.
David, you knew that?
Yes, because they have a building named after him called Page Hall.
Well, thank you so very kindly. I know you need some chitlins. Do you like chitlins?
Yes.
Oh, well, good, good. Thank you so very kindly.
Okay.
Well, I got some more that I've got to give away, and time is running out on me. You've been listening to the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King, where you can still get your hair cut, and it will be cut in any style that you want. If you like the old-fashioned, they can give it to you. If you like the new ones, they can give it to you. All at Gates Barbershop. And when you go to pick up your chitlins, remember you are at Hometown, serving the community. Hometown, located at 23rd and Martin Luther King. When we speak of flowers, or when we think about flowers, I'm going to tell you what I want you to think. I want you to think about Black's Florist, located at 8485 Northeast 23rd Street. The telephone number is 424-5715. You're talking about some beautiful flowers, all at 8485 Northeast at 23rd Street. Not only that, they are doing some special things for the holidays. And I just want to tell you about the special things they're doing. Hello?
Good morning, Mrs. Luper, and hello to you in Radio Land.
Well, hello, lady.
Right, I am Lady Ruth Hunter, the person who is always standing by any time. And I've been standing by with you for 40 years, so I'm still standing by.
But please don't fall down.
Oh, no, I'm not, because we've been here for 40 years, so I'm sure we'll be here for a few more. But I'm calling to tell the people about that you have never seen. So I heard Mrs. Matthews talk about the things that she had, and you talked about the things that you sell, and Marilyn talked about this. And I'm bringing some unusual things. I'm bringing them unusual things. So come on out and see what's unusual. And it will be at the Freedom Center, and I'm on my way up there now. And I'll be looking forward to all of you who's listening to me on radio today to come up to the Freedom Center and help us with our project.
Okay, why is it you always work? You've been with Clara Luper longer than 40 years. Why?
Well, no, I was talking about we've been broadcasting together better than 40
Okay,
years.
you have, because I've been on a long time. You know, I ought to do like everybody else. Give myself an appreciation.
That's right.
Appreciate.
Well,
I appreciate
that
you.
is true. But you know, you're just like a tree. You know, you can cut the tree down and it'll still come out from the roots. So I continue to work because I came from the segregated society into the society in which we live, and we are calling now the non-segregated. We are calling it the non-segregated society. So I know about the transition, and I know the accomplishments that these young people are getting, and I don't want them to fall back. So I work there so that we continue to move forward.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about all the bridges that we have built to try to help them to come over. That's why I'm staying up there and working with the NAACP.
The funniest thing I've ever heard was when one lady was asking you, why do you work with Clara Luper? And Clara's always fussing at you and talking about you, which is true. I fuss at you and I talk about you, and you do the same thing for me.
Right, the lady asked me.
Why did you tell her you stayed? What did you tell her? What was your
She
answer?
said, why do you keep working with Clara Luper? Why? I said, well, I tell you what. I said, I've been working with Clara Luper for a long, long time, and I've been with NAACP and then on radio, and then the Freedom Center. And I said, well, I tell you what, I said, I'm going to stop right this minute. I'm going to stop today because I'm tired. I said, because you get tired and I spend a lot of my money in it. I said, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to work for you. Now, what can I do for you? She said, I don't have anything to do. I said, well, you talking to me like taking the milk out of a baby's mouth, and you don't have anything to replace. Well, you know, it's just real good that you're working for Luper. No, because I don't have anything. So I hope that she got the lesson. Now, if you don't have something for somebody to do, don't criticize him for what he is doing, unless you have something good or better.
Well, I know what I've been doing this morning, making Grandma's peach cobbler. I sure would be disappointed if you don't come up there and buy it. Thank you, Lynn.
Oh, well, I'm going to be there to buy some of that when I get hungry after selling my sales. So I'm fixing to go up there and get my booth set up, and I'll be looking for you to come by my booth and see what unique things that I have there for you to buy. And I'm sure you're going to buy something, and I'll see you at church Sunday. Bye now.
Okay, now these people fool you on church. They tell you they're going to church, and they're going up to Church's Chicken and get them some chicken and stay at home. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our show is being brought to you by Ron James, a car salesman. I'll be telling you more about him next week, and also about Betty Mack. Many of you know Betty. You know what she has done in Oklahoma City. She has proven that you can do it if hard work and whatever you. I'll be telling you that story. I'm happy to report that Nancy Davis, who usually calls in, is doing fine. She's out in the Midwest City getting ready to get back on her feet, and when she does, she will start running. Those of you that have come to me and said, Miss Luper, I want my child to have one of your scholarships. But I tell you, I want your child to come and get some catfish and some Clara Luper lemonade and come up to Freedom Center and look at those monuments. They're up there. It's more black history at Freedom Center on the wall, on the monument, than any other place in Oklahoma City, in one spot. Now, one thing that has happened, many black people do not come up to Freedom Center because they've moved to Edmond, they've moved to Putnam City, they've moved to Moore, and they don't come up there. But I can tell you one thing, I don't care where you go, you're still black. Now, that's an announcement. I would like to make a real announcement. Wherever you go, you're still black.
Amen.
And not only that, You white folks always telling me, what are your people doing? Why don't you come over here and see what our people are doing? Now, white folks have a responsibility because they're the one that's really making it out of integration. For example, tonight at the Western Cowboy Hall of Fame, that's controlled by whites. If you had not integrated that, you wouldn't have had the opportunity to have as many people. So you come on out because you will get no sympathy from Clara Luper. One thing we are doing in NACP is looking at one of the most disgusting things that we can think of, and that is the prison system. They have it so that if a black is caught with crack, he gets a large number of years. And I want to ask you, how many years would a white get? This is Clara Luper. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Clara. This is a personal message to you. This is Eula Range Davis, all the way from Wellston, Oklahoma.
Okay.
You may have already announced it, but would you mention the funeral of Minus Campbell that's going to be at your church?
Of course.
At 11 o'clock on Monday.
Of
He
course.
was a real prominent usher, and all the ushers need to know this. He was our very efficient treasurer for years.
Of course.
Citywide. A lot of people don't read the paper, but it's in the paper when the funeral is. He passed away about Wednesday, I think.
That's at 11 o'clock on Monday. You know I was going
Yeah.
to mention that,
Yeah.
but I was going to wait to just about the end of my program because Fifth Street has really suffered some losses in the last few days.
Okay.
And I don't know anyone at Fifth Street that has been as faithful not only to the usher booth but to the church as Mr. Campbell. His funeral will be at 11 o'clock at Fifth Street Baptist Church, 801 Northeast Fifth Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Those of us at Fifth Street know when we see an usher, and when we looked at Mr. Campbell, we looked at an usher, a real usher. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I would like to congratulate Opio Torrey, Mr. Shelton, and others as they were sworn in. But I can tell you one thing, and I want Mike Shelton to come out here and be on my program because, Mike, now you belong to all of us.
Amen.
So you can't walk around and say, did you support me? It doesn't. That's not important. We're going to be on you like white on rice. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
This is Brother Mike from the Dispel the Myth radio program. Wanting to say hello to Clara Luper today.
From what program?
The Dispel the Myth, Brother
Yes.
Doc and Mike. This is Brother Mike.
Oh, wonderful.
I just like to say, that I'm a white man, but I have a heart for the Lord. And you also know that this white man got 30 years for drugs.
Really?
So,
What kind of
yes, sir.
drugs?
Methamphetamine.
Okay, but can you tell me how many years white men are getting for crack?
Well, I know that crack is an equal opportunity destroyer, and usually about 20 years.
You aren't answering my question. Do you know how many years white men got for crack?
Yeah, 20 years.
You know some white men that got 20 years for crack.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. How
Yes,
many
well,
did a
see,
black man get?
Now listen to me, though.
Okay.
We have a good enough God to put us where we need to be, but we got a good enough God to get us away from wherever when it's time for us to get out, we can get out.
Get out of what?
Prison.
When it's time. Well, I know some blacks that have been in prison for having 2 or 3 little marijuana cigarettes, and they got years.
Yeah, well.
Do you know any white men that had 2 or 3 marijuana cigarettes and got years in prison?
Yes, I do. You got to remember, I was in prison, so
I
I
know you were in prison, but look what you were in prison for. You know what you need.
But I was in prison with all kinds of blacks and white. You know what? We all bleed red.
Yeah, we
But
all.
you know what? I love you black people, and I
love you white people.
From the bottom of my heart, I ask forgiveness for everything that we ever did because, you know what, it's time for us all to get along. And you know I have a heart for God, and I have a heart. You know, my Christian mentor is black, old Doc.
Well, my Christian mentor is white, so you come on up to Freedom Center and get you some catfish.
All right,
Prove it
Clara.
to me. Talk is easy done.
And you tell your boy that I'll see him in a minute at the radio station.
My boy?
Yes.
Who is my
Calvin.
boy?
Calvin.
Oh, okay. Well, Calvin didn't hear today. You go up to
He
Freedom
isn't.
Center. Calvin will be up there.
All
And
right.
I'm expecting them to call in, but our time is just about up. But okay, remember, some of my best friends are white, and some of my whites can make me so mad I could just whip them. But I'm not gonna whip them. And some of my black friends can make me so mad I could whip them. This is Clara Luper, and Mary, you've been such a doll for me today. I would
God
like to
bless
thank
you, and thank you, Miss Luper, for having me on your show today. It was such a surprise, but I want you to know that we really appreciate you in the community because you are a legacy.
Oh, I'm a legacy. I'm a
And when you leave here, Miss Luper, which we're all going to leave here one day when God calls us home, you will have truly left your blueprint.
the first person that comes up today. I do have a turkey and a ham to give away, and I'm going to give it to somebody today. This is Clara Luper saying,
Thank you.
and this is Mary saying, what are you saying, Mary? Say something.
What am I saying?
Thank you.
Be blessed in the Lord.
Okay, okay. Bye-bye. Stay out of jail. Jail's no place for you. Bye-bye.
Carrie, you got the cutest show. I didn't know you.
Every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.
Father, I need your help and a hand. KT